The Speed Twin is not just one of the newest members of the current generation Bonneville family. This motorcycle is also one of the most exciting Bonnevilles we have seen in recent times. In fact, for the longest time, I believed that retro classic motorcycles like the Bonneville are not really fun to ride and they're more for older, slightly mature riders. But this bike here, it promises to break and crush that thought to pieces. And I'm not even referring to its performance or handling yet. I mean, just look at this bike. It is so gorgeous. At first glance, the Speed Twin might look a lot like the Speed Twin as the styling is similar. Besides the fact that the Speed Twin is also pegged as a younger and sportier Bonnie, just like the Street Twin is. The Speed Twin does get its own distinctive styling elements though, like the unique looking LEDs inside the headlamp and the horizontal strip of black paint that runs along the sides of the fuel tank, and of course that slim seat. The instrument cluster also deserves a mention here, as it looks a lot like the one on the T120 but gets a dash of sportiness which makes it look a lot more modern. The warning lights are positioned around the needles in both pods and look really nice as well and add to the bike's appeal. The rear looks very sporty thanks to the upswept exhaust on both sides and the 160 section rear tire, but more importantly, it's the short tailpiece and slim stop lamp that make for a very good looking rear. The rear end design is a great example of form preceding function though, since the rear mudguard is really short and is mounted high to look appealing, but it sprays some serious amounts of muck onto the rider's back in the rain, something I experienced firsthand. Build quality and attention to detail is excellent, as is the case with all Triumphs, and overall, the Speed Twin feels like a premium product as you would expect it to. I particularly liked how Triumph has inserted the brand's name and the logo in various places, like the headlight bulb and the turn indicators as well. On the whole, the Speed Twin is a very appealing looking motorcycle and is certainly one I would like to see parked in my garage every morning. One of the biggest reasons behind the exciting character of this motorcycle, of course, has to be its engine. Now, the Speed Twin is powered by the exact same high-torque 1200cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine as the Thruxton R. And in fact, this engine is about 2.5 kilos lighter here thanks to revised internals. But more interestingly, the outputs are the same as the Thruxton R at 97 PS and 112 Newton meters. And in case you haven't realized yet, the 112 Newton meter output is in the same league as liter class superbikes. More importantly, it's the flatness of the Speed Twin stock curve that makes all the difference. The bike feels really quick and has the ability to surprise you with its brisk acceleration. The Speed Twin managed a 0 to 100 kmph time of 4.21 seconds in our acceleration test, and that is very quick even by sports bike standards. The temptation to accelerate hard every time you see an open stretch of road is irresistible thanks to the seamless power delivery, and every time you do that, the Speed Twin will ensure you break into a smile inside your helmet. Building speeds is thus second nature for the Speed Twin, and the bike almost feels like a modern sport naked thanks to its strong engine performance. I was in fact surprised as I did not expect what is positioned as a retro classic motorcycle to offer so much engine performance. The lack of a windscreen means sustaining high speeds is a bit of an issue, though the bike has no trouble in accelerating to speeds well above the 150 kmph mark very quickly. At the same time, the engine refinement really impresses as the motor feels butter smooth at all times while also emanating that classic British twin-cylinder sound. The Speed Twin gets the exact same electronic suite as most of its siblings, including 3 riding modes: rain, road and sport. Of course, sport is where all the fun is, as the mode allows the engine to offer its full wealth of performance and is certainly the one you will enjoy the most in the hills. The Speed Twin also comes equipped with traction control, which adds to confidence when riding on wet roads, though of course you can switch it off when in the mood to have some fun. The eager particularity and strong performance from the engine allow you to pull wheelies at will, and as I mentioned earlier, the Speed Twin feels more like a modern day sport naked and can be quite a hooligan if you wanted to. The Speed Twin is also reasonably well spec'd in terms of the cycle parts. It's running a set of cartridge type forks up front and hydraulic shock absorbers at the rear, and I really like the fine balance it offers in terms of the ride and handling. But of course, it's the handling that is more impressive here, and it's not just because of the suspension, it's also the tires on this motorcycle, which are a set of Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3s. The Diablo Rossos are one of the biggest reasons why the Speed Twin is such a confident handler. The tires allow you to brake really late and really hard for corners as you would on a sports bike, and then lean right in without having to worry about tire grip even once. And come to think of it, that's one less thing to think about when you are riding fast. I was also impressed with tire grip in the wet as the bike felt extremely planted even when carrying some serious speeds around corners. On the same note, the suspension setup is excellent too, as it adds immensely to confidence when riding enthusiastically. The Speed Twin feels planted at all times, while the steering geometry and suspension setup together let you make quick directional changes very easily. Importantly, the fact that Triumph has not equipped the Speed Twin with more expensive suspensions like the upside down fork seen on the Thruxton makes the Speed Twin more rideable every day. The cartridge type forks let you ride the bike on bad roads without having to worry about damaging the suspension, while also offering excellent cushioning. On the whole, Triumph has nailed the Speed Twin's ride and handling package. The bike offers a very impressive ride quality while also feeling sporty and confident, and that's what makes it a well-balanced motorcycle in terms of dynamics. All said and done, the Speed Twin is really impressive as a motorcycle. Now, be it for commuting every day or heading out for a weekend ride with friends into the hills, this motorcycle certainly impresses with what it offers in terms of the performance, the handling, the comfort, and of course the gorgeous looks that it boasts. In fact, I would go as far as saying that this motorcycle will also impress you a lot if you were to take it to a racetrack for a casual track day. And all said and done, I think this is a fantastic package. 9.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom is what the price is. And for the price, I think this is a really impressive motorcycle. And if I were in the market for a motorcycle that is retro classic, is cool to look at, and also has the go to matches show, this is the bike to buy.